morning. Good morning. Thank you. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the Fall Convocation 2014. This is one of many firsts I'm experiencing in the past several months, and the air of excitement in this room today is indicative of the air of excitement I've seen and experienced at every event I've been to. I'm a theater person. It drives me crazy to hold the curtain, so I apologize for the late start. But we do have a wonderful program for you this morning. To start it off, we are fortunate to have a group of musical theater majors with us today to sing the national anthem. Led by Associate Professor Jamie Strawn, they are Catherine Miller, Melissa Cathcart, and Allison Mellick. And they'll perform the national anthem and then later the alma mater. So please stand for the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you for that wonderful performance. An editorial note on that performance. I recognize that what made that so wonderful was that they were singing from their core. They were singing from their hearts. They were singing from their souls. And I think that's what makes NKU special, because that's what we do. We teach from our hearts and our souls and our cores. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce some special guests who are with us today. The NKU Board of Regents, if you would stand as I call your name, and please hold your applause until all have been introduced. Regent Dennis Repenning, Chair. Regent Jacqueline Emmerine. Regent Virginia Fox. Regent John Jose. Regent Stephen Meyer, Regent Andre Ward, and Regent Brenda Wilson. Stephen Weiss, President of the Faculty Senate, stand and be recognized. Thank you, Stephen. Rebecca Richardson, President of the Staff Congress, stand and be recognized. Thank you, Rebecca. And Keith Walters, Chair of the Council of Chairs. Thank you, Keith. And will the members of the President's executive team please stand and be recognized for all your work? Thank you. And it's it's such a pleasure today to have a number of community leaders, guests, and friends of the university with us. Will you all please stand and be recognized because we want to thank you for your support of the university. Please. This July, we welcomed 3 new college deans to campus. That's 50% of our deans. All 3 bring exceptional experience, expertise, and enthusiasm to their academic leadership roles. First of all, I'd like to introduce to you Dr. Catherine Frank, the new Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences. I told her she had to stay standing. Catherine came to us from Indiana University East, where she served as Dean of Humanities and Social Sciences. Under her leadership, she oversaw the implementation of new online degree programs, completion programs at satellite centers, an accelerated 3-year degree program, and an MA in English. Congratulations, and thank you for being here, Catherine. Dr. Rebecca Porterfield is our new Dean of the Hale U.S. College of Business. Becky previously served as a Graduate Associate Dean of the University of North Carolina, Wilmington Cameron School of Business. She brings experience at virtually every level of a College of Business. Some of her achievements include creating a mentoring program with former Fortune 100 executives and restructuring the MBA program, which resulted in a dramatic increase in completion rates. Thank you, Becky, for joining us. And Dr. Cynthia Reed is the new Dean of the College of Education and Human Services. Prior to coming to NKU, she served as the director of the Truman Pierce Institute and was an endowed professor of educational leadership at Auburn University. In her role with the university and the institute, she provided leadership related to engaged scholarship, teaching, and service with a focus on improving teaching and learning opportunities. Her research includes building individual capacity for success, high school dropout prevention, leadership development, and engaging the community to address educational and community issues. Thank you for being with us. It is my pleasure at this time to also introduce our newest member of the President's executive team, Kathleen Roberts. Would you stand and be recognized? Kathleen comes to us as our new Senior Advisor to the President for Inclusive Excellence. And prior to coming here just Monday, just very recently, she was the Chief Diversity Officer at Samuel Merritt University in Oakland, California. Kathleen holds both a PhD in Leadership and Change from Antioch University and a JD from the University of Maine. She has dedicated her entire career to social justice and inclusive excellence. We're very glad you're here, Kathleen. In addition to our new deans and senior advisor, we have many faculty and staff that have joined the university since our last convocation. Will all of you who are new to the university since this time last year, please stand and let us recognize you. I am constantly amazed on a daily basis at the talent that exists within this university. Our next individual is an example of that talent. The Outstanding Professor Award the Milburn Award, has been in place since 1970. This award was endowed and retitled in 1996 as the Frank Sinton Milburn Outstanding Professor Award as a result of a gift from Dr. Carol Swartz Milburn in memory of her husband. Frank Sinton Milburn, a Burlington inventor known as the Cornfield Edison, devoted his life to helping others turn their ideas into realities. The Milburn Outstanding Professor Award honors a faculty member who has demonstrated excellence in teaching, scholarship, and service over his or her career. This year's honoree is Dr. Jonathan Reynolds from the Department of History and Geography. He is here today along with his mother, Glenda Childress, and I'd like for them to both stand and be recognized. And Dr. Reynolds, if you'd go ahead and come on up, that would be great. This will be a challenge because he never stands still. So I learned that about him when I first met him. Dr. Reynolds is an internationally acclaimed scholar in African history. His seminal work, Africa and World History, Prehistory to the Present, now in its third edition, has been among the most popular introductory course textbooks for the past decade. He has served on the executive board of the World History Association, as well as an associate editor for World History Connected. Dr. Reynolds weaves his research and unique insights from extensive travel in sub-Saharan Africa into the classroom, and his role as advisor to the award-winning chapter of Phi Alpha Theta. He also plays a mean guitar and does vocals for 46 Long, a two-time winner in WNKU's Top 89 albums. So, I love that. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Jonathan Reynolds on being named the 2014 Frank Sinton Milburn Outstanding Professor.
Shucks. This is daunting. I mean, wow. It's daunting in part because I know a bunch of the previous winners of the Frank Sinton Milburn Award. Perry Lou Goddard was the very first person I saw win this award, and it was a pleasure getting to know her over the past 15 years. Working with Jim Ramage and Jeffrey Williams and Michael Washington, who in the Department of History and Geography have also won this award. But also, knowing all of you, even if you don't win the big award or something like that, I have been so unbelievably lucky to have gotten this job at NKU and gotten the chance to do the kind of stuff I do, which is sometimes a little abstract or unexpected, and just bear with me on that here for a minute. All the places you can wind up getting a job, I remember all the places I interviewed at and didn't get jobs. And I can't imagine that any of those would have worked out better for me than NKU has. So bless you, NKU, and thank you for letting me do the kind of stuff I do. I want to keep talking a little bit longer, though, because I want to recognize two really remarkable women here. First, Provost Sue has already mentioned Carol Swartz, who I had the great pleasure of getting to meet when I was told that I was going to get this award. We call it the Frank Sinton Milburn Award, and I have to admit, by the way, I'm a bad historian. Up until this past year, I assumed Frank Sinton Milburn had been a professor who I had just never met or heard of. And no, he wasn't. He's an incredibly cool guy. And indeed, he's exactly the kind of Renaissance person we hope to, sort of train people to become. Inventor, electrician, author, TV producer, and I'm pretty sure I saw somewhere that he got an honorary doctorate for microbiology somewhere along the line. I'm still not sure about that. But his wife, Carol Swartz, is a truly astounding human being. Not only is she very, very generous, and having endowed the award and the check, thank you again. But I know she also funds a number of foreign language scholarships for us. And holy cow, I'm an African historian. I am used to being one of the more intrepid people in the room, or at least I like to think. And when I met Carol, she said, "So you're an Africanist?" I ran a hospital in the Belgian Congo for 3 years. I was like, "Thank you, ma'am." And I'm pretty sure she's off ziplining in Mongolia right now. Okay, so that's outstanding woman number one. But outstanding woman number two, her name's right here, Glenda Childress. My mom. So there she is again. Because I'm a lucky guy in general. I was really lucky to get this job and get to be here with all of you. I was lucky to have the mom I got. If there's anybody I can credit with making me the person I am today, it's my mom. If there's anybody, if there's anybody who instilled in me a love of learning and a sense of adventure, it was my mom. And somebody was asking me where I'm from originally. I'm not from anywhere. My family's all from Alabama. I was born in Boston. I passed through Germany and spent a bunch of time in East Tennessee and went to Nigeria. But I totally lost my train of thought. That's it. Middle-class Southern white boys in general do not go running off to study African languages and live in northern Nigeria. And while there were some people who were like, "Don't go," sorry, Jeff, don't go there. My mom told me to go, and she supported me every step along the way, doing the kind of nutty stuff that I have often done. And she taught me to be the best parent I can possibly be. So thanks again. And so, and here's where I'm going to do one more thing. And thanks for bearing with me. It's almost my mom's birthday. Her birthday's Sunday. And so, Mom, I want you to have this for a while at least. So happy birthday. And I want your help. Let's sing happy birthday to my mom. All right? Her name's Glenda. Ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Glenda, my mom. Happy birthday to you.
The gift he must give to his students. And happy birthday, Mom. Next, we have an exciting performance for you by NKU's Department of Theater and Dance. And I just have to editorialize here for a second. This Department of Theater and Dance, as you all probably know, but I have been learning, is absolutely outstanding. They are the best. One of the best I've ever seen. far better than other departments of theater that I've been associated with at institutions I won't name at the moment. The talent we attract here is great. So, Monty Python Spamalot retells the legend of King Arthur and his Knights of the Round Table, a comedy written by Eric Idle and John Dupre and directed by our own Ken Jones. Spamalot was performed this April in NKU's Corbett Theater. I turn it over to the Spamalot kids.
Once in every show, there comes a song like this. It starts off soft and low and ends up with a kiss. Where is the song that goes like this? Where is it? Where?
A sentimental song that casts a magic spell. They all will hum along, will overact like hell. Oh, this is our song that goes like this.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Oh! Now we can go straight into the middle eight, a bridge that is too far for me.
I'll sing it in your face while we both embrace,
And then we change the key. Now we're into it. That's awfully high for me.
but everyone can see we should have stayed in D. For this is our song
That goes like this. I'm feeling very proud.
You're singing far too loud.
That's the way that this song goes.
You're standing on my toes, singing our song that goes like this. I can't believe there's more.
It's far too long, I'm sure.
That's the trouble with this song. It goes on and on and on.
For this is our song that is too long. Damn it, David, come on!
Oh, Rich! We'll be singing this till dawn.
You'll wish that you weren't born
Well, let's stop this damn refrain.
before we go insane. The song always ends like this.
If you trust in your soul,
How about another round of applause for our ladies and gentlemen? Ken and Jamie, who are back there, thank you very much for helping make this a very special performance. And Jonathan, congratulations on receiving the award. When I was sitting there, I was sitting right in front of Jonathan when he came back. His mother leaned over to him and complimented him on his outstanding speech, congratulated him for receiving the award, thanked him for receiving the plaque, and said, "How about the check?" She really didn't say that, but. Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be with you, and it is a privilege to serve as the president of Northern Kentucky University. And as I begin my third year as the president, I pledge to you once again that I will continue to honor the trust that you have placed in me with my best efforts. So I want to begin first by joining the provost in recognizing our Board of Regents. I also want to extend a special welcome to our newest regent, John Jose. John is an undergraduate student who is majoring in organizational leadership, and as many of you may know, he is also president of our Student Government Association. John, I wish you all the best in your new role. Thank you for your service to the university. And I want to express my appreciation, my gratitude to all of the regents for your support of me and your service to the university. Thank you very, very much. I also want to recognize another student, Josh Tunning. Josh received his undergraduate degree here at NKU in 2013, an undergraduate degree in political science, and he is currently a student in our Masters of Public Administration program. 2 weeks ago, Governor Beshear appointed Josh to a position on the Council of Post-Secondary Education. That's a prestigious appointment because Josh will be the only student in Kentucky to serve on the council. So he will, in effect, represent all of the students in the entire system, the entire post-secondary system in the Commonwealth. Josh, please stand so that we can recognize you. Congratulations, Josh. Now, Josh, as you may have heard, I've been quite vocal over the last 18 months, letting your CPE colleagues know that state support for our students is not adequate. I've explained to them how the CPE can solve this problem on behalf of students all across the system by developing a rational outcomes-based funding model. If you need any more information on the issue, just know that I'm here for you, okay? So to all of our faculty, our staff, our students that are here, thank you for joining us this morning. Thank you for your continued service to our institution and to our outstanding students. I'm grateful, truly grateful for that commitment. So I want to begin my remarks this morning where I concluded my presentation at the spring budget address, when I shared my daughter Claire's decision to attend NKU. As I said at the time, Claire was accepted to several outstanding universities, including Northern Kentucky University. She was, in fact, accepted into our honors program. In April, I explained some of the context for Claire's decision to enroll at NKU. When we decided to move here 2 years ago, Claire was sad to leave her home and her friends in Shaker Heights, and frankly, she resented me and the university for uprooting her and our family. But over time, as Claire learned more about the university, her sentiments changed. As a junior at Highlands, she took an advanced French class here at NKU, and she really liked it. She also met the presidential ambassadors when they had dinner at our home, and she met more students at plays, sporting events, and other activities on our campus. She also met many faculty, staff, alumni, and friends of the university when they came to our home. And she met students at plays and sporting events, and surprising for a teenager, she even listened to me from time to time at dinner when I told her all about the good things that were happening at our university. And here is what Claire told me in April about her decision. She said, "Dad, when you told us that we were going to move because there was something special happening at NKU, I really didn't believe you. I didn't want to believe you. But now I do. I believe that there's something special
happening at NKU, and I want to be a part of it. As I said in April, Claire is right. Something special, something very special is happening here at Northern Kentucky University. And Claire is not the only incoming student who shares this sentiment, who wants to be part of something special. Let me tell you a little bit about two other incoming freshmen who demonstrate that our university is becoming the first choice for so many students. The first is Austin Mayfield, who is from Martinsville, Indiana. Austin already knows the advantages of studying abroad, including how it can change your life. As a high school sophomore, Austin attended school in Taiwan for a year. This experience led him to choose to major in international studies. Austin decided to enroll at our university because he was impressed with our international studies program and the many opportunities we provide for our students to study in other countries. Austin also chose his major based on something a fellow exchange student said to him, and this is a quote from Austin. "We should strive to make our world a little bit smaller so that we can all understand our neighbors a little better and leave the world a little happier. That's the legacy I'm hoping to leave." So even before he attends his first class at NKU, Austin embodies our mission to prepare our students to live in a global society in an interconnected world. Megan Carroll graduated 4th in her class at Newport High School. Choosing NKU was an easy decision for her. Our university has always felt like home to her because of the field trips she took to our campus. On Monday, Megan will begin earning a degree in elementary education. After she graduates, Megan plans to teach at a school in Northern Kentucky so that she can give back to the community that she loves. Megan is already giving back in many ways. She prepares meals for parents and children at the Ronald McDonald House. She volunteers at Newport Primary School, and she has helped raise money to build a school in Africa. She focuses on youth-based projects because she says the future starts with our youth. Megan, at 18, is already living a meaningful life and contributing to her community, which are the qualities we seek to nurture in all of our students. At NKU, we aspire to prepare all of our students for fulfilling careers and meaningful lives. With their talents and with their values, I am confident that Austin and Megan are on the path to success and to service. But it isn't just our new students who appreciate that something special is happening here at our university. I hear that same sentiment expressed by faculty, by staff, by alumni as well. And I hear it in our community, throughout our region and across the Commonwealth. So what is it that Claire and so many others recognize that is special about our university? Well, as you walk across the campus, as you walked across the campus on this beautiful morning, you can see that something special is happening. You can see a transformation in the renovation and expansion of our facilities. You can see something special when you walk through the newly renovated Student Success Center, which opened last fall. You can see something special when you tour Northern Terrace, our newest residence hall, which opened just this week. This new hall is full. So this year, we will have 2,000 students living on our campus for the first time in our university's history. You can see something special when you visit the newly renovated Norse Commons, which also opened just this week. We invested $3 million to upgrade that dining facility. This investment will visibly and tangibly improve the experience for all of our students, particularly the students who are living in the residential village. You can also see something special in the newly renovated entrance to Norse Commons. This beautification project was designed by our students to create a more attractive, vibrant entrance to the dining hall. And the new boulder that we put there, at their request, will soon become a rallying point for school spirit. You can also see something special in the renovation and expansion of our recreation center. When this $43 million project is completed next fall, you will see an extraordinary facility that has doubled in size and that has the features to improve the health and wellness of all of the members of our university community. Over the next year or two, you will see something special emerge from the open field on Nunn Drive between the soccer stadium and Route 27. In the next few months, we will announce a partnership with a private company to build a major commercial development that might include a hotel, a restaurant, retail shops, office space, and an apartment complex. If our plans proceed as anticipated, this development will be completed in 2016, and it will become an extraordinary, outstanding main entrance to our university. And then in 2017, the region, indeed the nation, will see something very special when we open our $97 million Health Innovation Center. This new facility will incorporate an integrated portfolio of programs to prepare healthcare professionals and to provide solutions to the health and wellness challenges facing the Commonwealth and our country. When our collective efforts successfully translate our ambitious concept into a tangible reality, we will all see significant improvement in the health of our community, the health of the Commonwealth, and the health of our metropolitan region. So let me just sum up the progress that you can see. Last year, we opened the renovated Student Success Center. This week, we opened a new residence hall and a renovated dining hall. In 2015, we will open the expanded and renovated recreation center. In 2016, we will complete the US 27 development project. In 2017, we will open the Health Innovation Center, and in 2018, we will celebrate our university's 50th anniversary and the successful completion of our strategic plan. That's a pretty exciting, a pretty special trajectory. Ladies and gentlemen, you can see that something special is happening at our university. You can also quantify, you can measure that something special is happening at NKU. Indeed, measuring our institutional progress is vital to the successful implementation of the strategic plan. As you know, we have a compelling plan. But in order to execute the broad strategies articulated in that plan, we've also developed a comprehensive array of specific tactics. Those strategies and those tactics are important, but they are not sufficient unless we also have an intentional method to monitor and measure our progress. That is why we've established a set of metrics that will help us assess our performance, that will help us answer critical questions such as, are we enrolling students who are prepared to meet our heightened admission standards? Are our students progressing and graduating in a timely manner? Do our graduates have the critical thinking skills and a passion for learning that will enable them to pursue successful careers and to lead meaningful lives? At its meeting last May, our Board of Regents approved these metrics and the corresponding targets. And I encourage you to go on our website from time to time so that you can also monitor our progress. And at the Convocation in January, I plan to share more information on the status and the progress of our implementation efforts. But this morning, I want to share a few examples of how you can measure that something special is happening at our university. First, you can quantify our progress with the increase in the number of students who are applying for admission to NKU. It is a reflection of the quality of our academic programs, but it is also the result of a deliberate enrollment strategy that has communicated to outstanding students that NKU should be their first choice for college. Applications for this fall increased by 11% compared to last year. And over the last 2 years, applications have increased by 38%. And I anticipate that we will enroll 125 more freshmen than we did in the fall of 2012. In a difficult and declining environment, we are going to increase by 6% over that 2-year period. You can also quantify the academic quality of our incoming students. In 2005, the year we implemented admission standards, the average ACT score of the incoming class was 20.7. This year, we project that the average ACT score of the incoming class will exceed 23, just as it did last year, making the 2013 and 2014 classes the most academically qualified incoming classes in our history. You can also quantify the increasing diversity of our student body. This year, the total number of African American students at NKU will increase once again, this year by more than 3%. And the total number of Hispanic students will also increase once again, this year by more than 12%. We aspire to be a more diverse and inclusive institution, and these statistics are evidence that we are making progress towards that important goal. Our success can also be measured in another positive way by the value of an NKU diploma. In 2013, Affordable Colleges Online ranked NKU as having the greatest return on investment for students and their families among all of Kentucky's 114 colleges and universities. While attending NKU, our students also have a significant measurable impact on our region's economy. Our students spend money on housing, food, transportation, entertainment, clothing, and cell phones. Now a report by Janet Hara, who's the Senior Director of our Center for Economic Analysis and Development. That study shows just how much they contribute to the region. The report, which was also based on a survey conducted by students from the Hale U.S. Bank College of Business, shows that NKU student spending had a direct total annual impact of $270 million. As numbers go, that's a pretty big one. And so, speaking of big numbers, the NKU Foundation has also reached an historic high. The total assets in our foundation are now $108 million. This achievement is impressive. It's attributable to prudent financial management, it's attributable to the growing philanthropic support, and a constructive collaborative relationship between the university and our foundation. Through its management of both endowed and non-endowed private resources, the foundation supports key university initiatives like scholarships and research support. One special gift that exemplifies this kind of support and which is contributing to the growth of the NKU Foundation is a $1 million gift from Bruce Lunsford. Mr. Lunsford, a Chase graduate, is making this extraordinary investment to help the law school create the Lunsford Academy. The Lunsford Academy is an honors program that incorporates quantitative methods, leadership, and informatics into the law school curriculum. This year, more than 70 law students applied for just 12 spots in this program. The Lunsford Academy will be launched this fall with a symposium on the future of legal education. The Lunsford Academy is one of our responses, just one of our responses to the changing nature of the legal practice, and it is also intended to respond to the greater variety of occupations in which our law graduates are now employed. Our progress can also be quantified by a much smaller number, the number one. Our cyber defense team finished first, number one, in the Midwest Cyber Defense Competition this spring, and then went on to finish sixth in the nation. Alex Smith, an NKU senior who is majoring in marketing, finished first, number one, in the 2014 Marketing Pinnacle Awards, which are sponsored by the Cincinnati chapter of the American Marketing Association. Our music preparatory department was recently recognized as the best program, number one, in the area for music instruction. The department has continued to innovate and excel in recent years. Under the direction of Dr. Amy Gillingham, the NKU String Project has also gained national recognition for creativity in teaching and learning, and as part of the National String Project Consortium. NKU students are also earning national and international recognition. Chris Hammond, who is majoring in social work, was named by the American Council on Education as the 2013 Adult Learner of the Year. This award is a singular national honor. Chris is a Marine Corps veteran and president of our veteran student organizations. Chris is a husband, a father of three, and he operates heavy equipment in our facilities management department. I think Chris, and I see some fluorescent t-shirts up there, Chris and his colleagues are in our facilities management department are here with us this morning. They continue to make our campus more beautiful every day. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand. And then there's Douglas Gatrod, an NKU junior. His extraordinary achievement is a short film he made called My Mom's Motorcycle. Douglas entered his film in an international film contest this spring. The contest received 1,100 entries from 76 different countries. When he submitted his film, he felt that he had created something special. but he didn't anticipate the overwhelming response that it would get from people around the world. Douglas's short film has now been viewed by nearly 1.7 million people on YouTube. Douglas's film was the winner, number one, was the winner of the People's Choice Prize because his film received more votes than any other entry. Now, if you haven't seen it, I've seen Douglas's film several times. You need to see it because it is very moving. Its message is timeless. In the film, he recalls some of the things that his grandfathers left behind after they died. Those possessions reminded him of his grandfathers, and he believed that he needed something tangible, a thing, in order to enjoy a full life. So Douglas bought a motorcycle. It was exciting, he said, and it was fun, but he soon realized that the motorcycle wasn't going to provide what he was looking for. He was yearning for something more truly meaningful. He realized why he was inspired by his grandfathers. And this is a quote from his film. "I didn't love and respect them for their accomplishments or the times they lived in. I loved and respected them for what they gave to others." Douglas has brought international recognition to Northern Kentucky University, and that's one more very special thing that is happening right here. Now, if you've seen the film, you'll learn that Douglas has not yet completed his studies. He's not yet earned his degree, but I know that that's one of his goals. And in fact, one of the most important metrics for our collective success is the number of students who graduate. This past year, we graduated nearly 3,000 students, the largest number in our university's history. These men and women came to NKU from across the Commonwealth and from around the world. For the past academic year, the total number of degrees we conferred increased by 2.1% over the previous year, with a 1.6% increase in the number of bachelor's degrees and a 4.9% increase in master's degrees. Over the past 10 years, the number of degrees we have conferred has increased by 40%. That number compares very favorably with the statewide increase, which is 21%. In fact, our 10-year increase in degrees conferred is the highest percentage of any public institution in the Commonwealth, and that is truly something special. But these numbers only tell part of the story, for embedded within these statistics are hundreds of individual women and men. Each of these graduates has a unique story. You can feel the enthusiasm of our students as they cross the stage at commencement, before thousands of proud parents and grandparents, brothers and sisters, sons and daughters, classmates, professors, and friends. They become our latest success stories. Let me share the stories of two students who graduated just this past May. When Rachel Logsdon crossed the stage that day, she personified unwavering resilience. She first enrolled at NKU in 1993. She returned to NKU in 2002, and then again in 2012. Throughout this period, Rachel battled and defeated stage 3 breast cancer in order to earn her bachelor's degree in biological sciences with a 3.4 GPA. True to her optimistic nature, she wrote a book, The Gown Opens in Front. This book is a humorous look at breast cancer, at its treatment, and the challenges and her triumphs along that journey. She frequently speaks about breast cancer, coping with bipolar disorder, and with clinical depression. Rachel didn't graduate within 6 years, which is the current benchmark for determining an institution's graduation rate. To some bureaucrats, Rachel doesn't count as a success. To us, Rachel is a hero. When I shook the hand of Myra Guzman Orozco at our commencement in May, I knew her story and the challenges that she had overcome to earn her degree. When she was in high school, Myra and her family emigrated to our country from Guadalajara, Mexico. At that time, Myra was unable to speak a word of English, so she translated her homework word for word from English to Spanish and then back to English. At NKU, Myra became both an outstanding student and a determined advocate for immigration rights. She helped to transform our university into a more accepting and inclusive community. Myra earned a bachelor's degree in sociology graduating with a GPA of 3.83. Myra's grandparents traveled from Guadalajara right here to NKU to see her receive her diploma in May. Though they spoke no English, the pride and joy they felt as their granddaughter walked across the stage was evident by the smile on their faces and the tears in their eyes. In many ways, our success cannot be measured. In so many ways, we can't see or quantify our collective impact. But you know what? You can experience it. And these experiences prove that something special is happening at NKU. It is the experience of attending the many wonderful events that take place on our campus. A few minutes ago, we had the pleasure of watching our students perform 2 songs from Spamalot. Year in and year out, our Department of Theater and Dance produces plays and musicals that earn critical acclaim, and this past year was no exception. The League of Cincinnati Theaters describes Spamalot, and this is a quote, as an exuberant, rambunctious, outrageous show full of fun, irreverent, envelope-pushing silliness. Spamalot was nominated by the League for awards in 8 different categories, including Best Musical and Best Ensemble in a Musical. Here at NKU, you can experience outstanding music, theater, and dance. You can also experience Division I athletic competition. For example, you can attend a cross-country event. People actually do that, by the way. People like me. It's kind of an inside joke. You can attend a cross-country event and experience the thrill of seeing J.J. Weber win another cross-country race. J.J., who is a nursing major, won the Atlantic Sun's Men's Cross-Country Championship, becoming our first conference champion in the Division I era. You can watch the men's soccer team, which posted the best overall regular season record of any A-Sun soccer team this past season, and as a result, they finished second in the conference. You can experience a tradition of success when you attend a women's basketball game. The team had a winning record for the 31st consecutive season, and our women recorded our university's first postseason win in Division I competition. Our women's basketball team also earned national recognition when it was named to the Women's Basketball Coaches Association's Academic Top 25 Team Honor Roll. Our team, among more than 300 Division I teams in the country, our team had the 15th best GPA among all of those teams with a team GPA of 3.5. Overall, this past year, 148 of our student athletes received the A-Sun All-Academic Awards, and 9 of them were selected to the A-Sun Academic All-Conference teams, which honored the combination of academic and athletic success. By attending an athletic event, you can also experience student athletes who play with integrity. For example, our women's soccer team epitomizes this spirit. The team was once again presented with the Team Ethics and Sportsmanship Award within the NCAA. They're one of just 37 Division I programs in the country with that honor again this year. And this season will bring more opportunities for you to experience great athletic competition. For now, all of our teams are eligible to compete in the A-Sun postseason championship tournaments. And if you're not able to attend an NKU game, you can still experience the excitement of watching our athletes compete wherever they are and wherever you are. That's because in just a few months, you'll be able to watch our teams compete live on ESPN3. So if you have a laptop or a smartphone, or if you know how to connect your home computer to your television, you can sign up for ESPN3 and watch hundreds of NKU games, both home and away. And that's something special that you can experience at NKU. One final note about athletics and our move to Division I. We're halfway through the 4-year reclassification process. This year, we will conduct a year-long campus-wide self-study of our athletics program as part of the NCAA's Division I Institutional Performance Program. The steering committee, which is chaired by Sue Hodges-Moore, will evaluate our governance process and our commitment to rules compliance and our academic integrity and gender diversity and student-athlete well-being. In the next few weeks, you'll hear more from me and Mr. Butoff about the IPP process, and I encourage you to participate. So I've shared some ways in which you can experience something special at NKU. I want to talk now about how our students. For our students, opportunities for experiential learning continue to expand. These real-world experiences are essential to our mission to prepare students for a fulfilling career and a meaningful life. And I want to give you just a few examples of experiential learning. In 2013, students in our Center for Applied Informatics logged 63,000 hours of applied research and development for businesses, entrepreneurs, and nonprofits in our region and in areas from California to Switzerland, all without leaving our campus. This program benefits our students in these organizations. Students get practical experience, decent pay, and access to potential employers. Businesses get cutting-edge tech talent and innovative solutions at an affordable cost, and a chance to connect with our students as their potential employees. NKU's commitment to undergraduate research is also stronger than ever. This past spring, more than 750 students prepared posters and delivered oral presentations and other creative work at our celebration of student research and creativity. These students were mentored by more than 130 of our faculty. Each year, more and more NKU students are also embracing experiences that show them what it means to be fully engaged citizens. Drug treatment, tutoring, homeless shelters, AIDS awareness, and hunger. These are just a few of the many causes that our students are helping to support by working with community agencies. Through the Mayerson Student Philanthropy Project, more than 3,000 NKU students have helped to award nearly $860,000 to more than 300 agencies. Professor Julie Oberding has conducted research that shows that our graduates who took a Mayerson class are much more likely to volunteer, donate money, and serve on a nonprofit board than the average college graduate. Through another real-world opportunity, which is called Project Hope, the 505 initiative, our students are offering assistance to a disadvantaged neighborhood. Our students support Newport's West Side, an area that is struggling with low education rates and high poverty and unemployment. Students experience service learning, research, independent study, and volunteering opportunities. Beyond our campus and our region, NKU students are applying their talents in many different areas of the world. And I want to give you one final example of a very special experience that our students can have. Under the supervision of Dr. Sharon Jones, an anthropology professor, our students went on an anthropological and archaeological excavation trip to Fiji this summer, all to conduct research. During this project, students camped on the beach in Fiji for 4 weeks. The students woke just before sunrise, and they spent their days excavating an archaeological site and conducting interviews in local villages. Our students experienced one of the more isolated cultures in the world. During their time in Fiji, the students didn't have access to running water or electricity or, God forbid, even Facebook. And when they returned from Fiji, students completed research projects and analyzed the artifacts they collected. They also gave lectures to the community and engaged in public outreach to share their findings and to teach others about social science and about the culture in Fiji. Professor Jones says that intensive field research, I guess that means sleeping in tents without running water, isn't for everyone. But for those students who engaged in this experiential learning research program, it was, as she says, a pretty mind-blowing experience. And this is what one of her students said. I am forever grateful for Dr. Jones taking me out of my personal comfort zone and creating room for growth and for learning experiences one could never gain from inside any university classroom. Not only have I learned and practiced archaeology, but I have also learned about my personal strengths and weaknesses. Now that's a pretty special experience. And Professor Jones and some of the students who traveled with her to Fiji this past summer are here. I can't see them. Where are you, Sharon, and your students? There they are. I'm inspired by your work, and I'm really happy to see that you got home safely. So I continue to be impressed with the achievements of our students, our faculty, and our staff, and our graduates. And I know that our best days lie ahead. But I've come to realize in the 2 years that I've been here that too many other people don't know that something special is happening at our university. Too often I've heard that we are, quote, the best kept secret in the Commonwealth, or that our university is a hidden gem. Well, it's great to be a gem, but it's not good to be hidden, and it's not good to be a secret. So to increase awareness in our region and throughout the state, we are implementing 2 initiatives. First, we have hired Landor, a worldwide marketing firm with a major office in our region. Landor has begun to assess our current brand and to evaluate our existing marketing strategies. At the conclusion of this process, Landor will help us to develop a more distinctive brand identity and a more effective strategy to promote our special university. And then second, I am taking our show on the road. This fall, along with some other folks, I'm going to travel throughout the entire Commonwealth of Kentucky to tell everybody I can about the very special things that are happening at our university. We're going to meet with high school students and their parents. I'll visit with elected officials and members of the CPE. I'll meet with community, business, and government leaders. We will host several receptions all across the Commonwealth for alumni and friends. In a week or 2, we are going to begin a social media campaign to promote this tour of the Commonwealth. The campaign is called Road to NKU, and you can learn more about following the Twitter hashtag Road to NKU. You and I know that something special. We know that something special is happening at NKU, and our goal is to share that special message with everyone in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. Ladies and gentlemen, there is something special happening at our university. You can see it, you can measure it, and you can experience it. And you can, as the provost said earlier today, you can also feel that something special is happening here. You can't touch it, but you can feel it in your heart. It's the spirit of this special place. This special spirit is not new. Indeed, we can trace this special spirit to the women and to the men who founded our university, who had the audacity to dream that they could transform farmland into a modern, comprehensive university. The vision of our founders first became tangible and visible on November 19, 1961, with the opening of the University of Kentucky's Northern Center in Covington. 7 years later, Governor Nunn signed a law that would transform that center into Northern Kentucky State College, which, as you know, then became Northern Kentucky University. At the original dedication in 1961, many elected officials spoke with optimism that a $1 million investment in the Extension Center would pay dividends for the people of Northern Kentucky. There was one official who was unable to attend the ceremony, but he sent a telegram, and this telegram was read at the dedication. Katie, a telegram is what we used to do before text messaging, okay? So here's a quote from that telegram. The education advantages provided by the center are not only vitally important to the area it will serve, but will make significant contribution to the progress of education throughout the nation as well. And this official also urged, and this is a quote from the telegram, urged for high purpose and unrelenting work to offset the countless challenges of the years to come. Ladies and gentlemen, that government official was President John F. Kennedy. I share this part of our history because it proves that something special began at our institution on a cold morning in November in 1961. There was something special then, and there is something special happening here right now. This special spirit lives today. It is a selfless, determined spirit that drives a young man named Luis Loza, and it motivates a woman named Pauline Campbell. Luis is a sophomore here at NKU. Luis grew up in Elliott County in eastern Kentucky. In high school, he was a good student and a good athlete, but he was not able to share his high school achievements with his mother, Maria. 7 years ago, Maria went to Mexico to visit her family, but she was not permitted to return to the United States. Fortunately, Luis and his brother Armando were adopted by their caretaker, a woman named Pauline Campbell, who has raised them ever since as if they were her own children. In Maria's absence, Luis remained committed to doing well in school and to saving for college. He took any job that was offered to him, stacking hay, as a tutor, a painter, a house cleaner, a landscaper. Despite all of this hard work, Luis still struggled to make ends meet. As a result, Luis cut back on the number of classes he took at NKU, and he considered whether he should take time off from school to work full-time. This spring, though, Pauline encouraged Luis to apply for the Scholarship America Dream Award, a national scholarship for financially needy students who have overcome barriers and who have successfully started their college education. In May, Pauline and Luis were notified that he was one of only 12 students in the country to win this scholarship. Luis and the other scholarship winners were introduced to the nation on May 23rd on a television show that was hosted by Katie Couric. The scholarship will now pay for about half of Luis's expenses through graduation. Pauline has decided that she and her brother will pay the other half. This extraordinary commitment will enable Luis to focus full-time on earning dual degrees in electrical engineering and in mechanical and manufacturing engineering technology. Luis's short-term goals are to get excellent grades and to earn those degrees. His long-term goals are even more ambitious, and these are his words. With my education and career, I hope to make my adoptive family and my real family come together and be one. Pauline knows that her adopted son will reach these goals, and these are her words. Luis is driven to succeed, and that comes from me and from inside himself. We have told him since he was little how we wanted him to get an education and make something of himself. Pauline also explained why she chose to adopt Luis and Armando. Simply put, it was the right thing to do. And these are her words. They were here in the United States, and they had nobody to help them. I just felt it in my heart. It was a big commitment, and we went through some hardship, but it has been rewarding. Luis and Armando are here today. Please stand so that we can show you that your determination and your love are an inspiration to all of us. The spirit of a university is not something that you can see or touch or hear or measure. The spirit of a university is an emotion that you feel in your heart. This spirit is not something that can be produced by a committee, and this spirit is not something that can be proclaimed from a podium by a president or a provost. Instead, a spirit emerges from the countless daily dedicated acts of every member of the university community. Acts that are taken to advance our common mission and acts that are guided by our core values. That spirit grows and that spirit thrives when it is respected, when it is honored, and when it is cherished. Today, right here at our university, that special spirit lives, and you can feel it. So as I close, I ask you to do two things. Today and over the weekend, please take just a moment. Take just a moment to reflect on what makes our university special to you. Pause to recognize that we are fortunate. We are fortunate to be members of this special university community. And remember that each one of us has an obligation to nurture and sustain that very special spirit. And then on Monday morning, return with me to this special place as we embark on another good year. And then let's go to work. Thank you all very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Please remain standing. Our students are going to join us on stage to lead us in singing the Alma Mater.
Northern, let your vision lead us, hearts of women, men, and youth. Help us seek the higher virtues, guide us to the greater truth. Northern, northern alma mater, may our lives enrich your name, and in time leave us your children, better far than when we came.
This concludes our program. Have a great year.